Da. Da. Salutare. Bă, să zic să fac intro, să nu fac intro, tot nu înțeleg cum vine delay-ul ăla. Cum înțeleg? Deci, salutare lumea, eu sunt Templi și astăzi am revenit în nou live cu un nou joc. Da. Am zis că o să fac și altceva, nu numai Fortnite. Așa că uitați că fac și altceva. Acest joc este apărut din 2016. L-am luat și eu.
Once upon a time, the infamous rover Reynardo plundered the floating isles. Then his mother called him to her deathbed. "Swear to me that you won't die on the gallows," she rasped. Reluctantly, he swore. And he whiled away his days at home with music, cards, and wine. But the Emperor had changed. He'd been good once, a shy, almost humble toad. He'd built universities. But then people started whispering about mass graves in the woods, midnight rituals, victims screaming. The Imperial Ravens would round up entire villages, and no one ever returned. The Ravens had come to Ubar scouting for ancient books said to be of great power. But the librarians had hidden the books, so they'd burnt the librarians. The citizens, outraged, had driven them off. The Ravens had come back with dropships. The kid had fled with one of those books. He was brave and dumb and wanted to join the rebellion. And Reynardo had promised his mother he'd protect him.
Let's văd o chestie repede. Shit. Băi, what the fuck? Așa, bun. Aia merge. Sper. Bun. Cine? Off. Off, că nu mai pot. Bun. Ce mă? What the fuck? Nu mă mai bagă în joc, doamne mei. Nu da crash. Deci, mă da crash-ul. What the fuck? What the shit? Stați un pic. Revin imediat numai ceva merge bine, așa că... am revenit online. Da, bun. Se continuă că... Da. O să dureze ceva să se încarce iară. Nu contează. Bun. Cresc aici. Mulți dintre voi, poate la ora asta nu o să fiți activi și mă gândesc că nu. Dar mă gândesc că e vara, s-au început vacanțele, de-abia aștept să vină vara mai în profunzime, adică, nu știu, vreau să văd ce îmi rezervă vara, azi cam, nu știu ce să zic, încă am pierdut o zi, m-am simțit, nu știu, destul de ciudat, sincer. Nu
Once
cred.
upon a time,
Trebuie să
the infamous rover Reynardo plundered the floating isles. Then his mother called him to her deathbed. "Swear to me that you won't die on the gallows."
Poți să dai skip.
Reluctantly, he swore. And he whiled away his days at home with music, cards, and wine. But the Emperor had changed. He'd been good once, a shy, almost humble toad. He'd built universities. But then people started whispering about mass graves in the woods, midnight rituals, victims screaming. The Imperial Ravens would round up entire villages, and no one ever returned. The Ravens had come to Ubar scouting for ancient books said to be of great power. But the librarians had hidden the books, so they'd burnt the librarians. The citizens, outraged, had driven them off. The Ravens had come back with dropships. The kid had fled with one of those books. He was brave and dumb and wanted to join the rebellion. And Reynardo had promised his mother he'd protect him.
Mi arată că am o persoană care se uită la live, dar nici nu știu cine e acea persoană, pentru că nu scrie nimic și mi-a dat și like. Și cum mai are să se încarce. Ai, Doamne, azi a fost un festival la noi în oraș. Am fost cu câțiva prieteni și trebuie să mânc ca prostul. Ca prost am băgat în mine și acum mă simt așa de plin. Nu știu, am o senzație de full de nu mai pot să bag nimic în mine. Bine, poate.
The kid was looking down, watching his city burn. "Sorry, kid," Reynardo told the kid. "Look, if we give them the book, they'll leave you alone." "My mother died for this book!" "I promised her I'd protect you." "Oh, damn it." The kid had run off. With the book, of course. So Reynardo had to run after him.
Nu cred că am lag. Nu. Așa e jocul.
The two ravens were staring at the kid like he was their dinner, which probably was what was in their tiny brains. "Hey," Reynardo said. They cocked their heads at him. "Pick on someone as ugly as you." Wait, that didn't come out right. "For the Emperor!" The ravens cawed and rushed at him.
Am jucat înainte jocul ăsta să văd că îmi rulează și îmi rula bine. Și acum cred că îmi rulează destul de ok. Counter, bun. Am vrut să fac și să fac o chestie. Graphics. Full screen, resolution, quality. Dau un pic pe medium, apply. Dau așa ca să pot să am Înțeleg jocul ăsta mai mult decât... Opa! Înțeleg jocul ăsta mai mult la bătaie decât înțeleg Forerunner-ul și am vrut să fac live cu Forerunner. Dar după aia mi-am schimbat părerea despre joc în sine și am zis că nu...
A dropship flew overhead. He hoped they hadn't moved.
Ok. Options. Dialog. Focus. No. No, shit. Back.
Kid.
Au. Effects. Nu știu, parcă se vede foarte tare. Hold to grab. One in, release. Ok. No, ciao nenea. Frate, unul de speră ca Naruto, mă.
Oh, right. The Gate of Heroes. Someone's idea of a joke, making the skyship docks a gated community. You needed a hero's sword to open it. And the kid was on the other side of the gate.
What the fuck?
Let you through. Promise me you'll take the book to the rebels. Or I'm gonna steal your ship. I'm not taking that damn book anywhere. And neither are you.
Try and stop me, laughed the kid. I bet you don't even have a hero sword.
And with that, the kid hopped away. Had to hand it to the kid. He was an idiot, but he had guts. Where was Reynardo going to get a hero sword?
N-am înțeles ce înseamnă guts.
Ore and wind essence? Perfect. A hero sword. QED.
Aha. Aici nimic, nu.
This is what he got for settling down and finding people to care about. The kid's mum had been a swell cook and she'd laughed at Reynardo's jokes, even when he didn't know he'd made
Da,
them.
jocul funcționează
The
bine,
ravens
e
had
ok
come to
și
burn
live.
her, and she'd made him promise to protect the kid. But she never told him where the book was, just the kid.
Dacă copilul e
He came
cartea,
out to a ledge. It was too far to
sună
jump.
ciudat, dar
There'd been a bridge
Possible.
here before, hadn't there? And there was Peter, giggling at him. How'd you get across? He asked the kid. Where'd you find
e
the
un
hook?
iepure.
I hopped, said the kid. Wise-ass kid. Hey, look out behind you! Cute, said Reynardo. Ah, ravens. It was time to talk some sense into the kid. Just hook his way across the ledge and chase the kid down. Thing was, he hadn't used his hook since he'd retired. How'd he done it? Maybe if he meditated at that altar there, he'd remember his old skills.
Ce? Next, am înțeles. Toma.
It was starting to come back to him.
Alt.
Something you never completely forgot, like
Am
how to
primit
freeze
un
time
achievement.
when attacking.
Fine.
The more he fought, the more he'd probably remember.
Ah, ce fain. Oh shit. Oare poți și da aici? Nu. Ce fain e hook?
And there was the Farfarer. She was the fastest ship he'd ever known. She could do the Kestra run in 12 furlongs. Oh, so the salesman had told him. And something told him the kid was about to walk into an ambush. Stop! He shouted.
I'm not giving you the book!
shouted the kid, and took off.
No! Peter!
But the kid ran for it, and a goggler.
Ei, bă, luați! Eu dau foc. Da foc la copilul iepure. Ioi, mă, cum pârșulește. L-am tăiat în două. Unde-i copilul?
The book was unburned. Next to it were the buckles from the kid's shoes, in a kid-sized pile of ashes. Damn it. Why hadn't he lied and told the kid he'd take the book to the rebels? The kid would be alive now. Really pissed off and betrayed, but alive. Oh, damn it. Renato picked up the book. He couldn't let the Empire have it now. He was going to have to get it out of there. He'd be a wanted man. Probably have to join the rebellion just to have a place to dock. Well, he'd hated home life anyway.
Da, pot să sparg și atât. Mulțumesc că nimic am spus. HP! Bă, dar eu vreau poruri de alea, nu? Adică e ce să faci săbii sau ce-am înțeles că poți să faci. Dar nu e corect, de ce ar trebui să moară copilul? Iepure. Ce, nu eram atât de așa cu el, dar... Nu, am crezut că pică jos.
What was the big deal about this book anyway? Maybe he
Am
should...
crezut că mă dă creș sau ceva, că mă... Da, era ok.
All that had been years ago. How many? The war was a blur, and now 3 Raven scout ships were chasing him.
Where are you running, rebel?
Cawed the Raven captain over the loud hailer. Renato could see them cranking up their catapults.
Just going out for milk?
Renato yelled back.
Where can you run?
Laughed the Raven horribly. Far behind it, another city was burning. The dark cloud above its island was thousands of Imperial ships. The fleet was doing a thorough job.
Take us to the rebel base! I will spare your life!
It called. The entire jury-rigged rebel fleet was only a few islands to the east. Beyond that were only the pillars of heaven. A sea of endless blood-colored tornadoes. The rebellion was out of time. Unless Renato could bring a game-changer. Maybe he could. Renato had found out where he could find the pieces of the Sky Ripper, the legendary weapon that had exiled the lost gods. Surely a legendary weapon could win the final battle. On the other hand, his old friend Lapino had sent Renato a desperate message saying he had a brilliant scheme to save the rebellion. If Renato could only rescue him. Renato dived the Farfarer towards the abyss as he felt the heat of the jet stream. Off, not stable enough to follow him down there. Now it was time to choose. Lapino?
Rezi, știu că tu ai posibilitatea să scrii pe chat-ul de la Discord. Trimite link-ul de la live. Că acum... Aoleu. Trebuie să aleg. Auci, ca asta cred că o să determine cum se gata jocul. Merg pe asta.
Ah, Lapino. Apparently the mad rabbit had sold a Pegasus that he did not exactly own. Lapino always wiggled out of trouble given time, but he was out of time. The Ravens had figured out that Lapino was a rebel spy. If the fleet reached him first, they'd string him up for that. Never.
Am dat skip. Am cam înțeles ce și cum.
Lapino had apparently managed to confuse the judge by arguing that he hadn't actually stolen a winged horse. He'd only sold it. But wait, where was the prison? The village was empty. Had everybody fled the ravens? Renado's blood was up. He just needed to smash something.
Amator. Hai să deschidem acest chest. Bun. What essence? What the fuck? Oare pot să fac ceva? Wine essence. Look badass. Next, also heal. Also. Ce pot să fac cu... Yo. Îmi trebuie 6 water essence și 50 de oruri am. Ar fi fain asta cu fire essence și după aia asta și aia și... Cred că dea mai mult damage sau ceva, nu sigur, ia stai. Gems. Select gem și n-am gemuri. Ba, să-mi aduce aminte de Thanos din Avengers Infinity War. Jocul ăsta pot să zic că merită jucat.
Imagine getting a horse up in one of these things.
Jocul ăsta pot să zic că merită jucat. Lasă, cred că e bine optimizat pentru toți. Pentru toate tipurile de PC-uri. Aia, ce e acolo? Ciori și ceva acolo.
The ravens had taken the town. Renado had seen villages emptied like this. All the people taken away to be sacrificed in the Emperor's secret rituals. Renado hoped the people were just hiding.
Unde mă lași? Ah, bun. Ori, că vreau ori. Dar nu mai da fructe sau ce s astea. Vreau... Ia stai. Ce se...
Firewalls only let you through if they think you're hot enough.
Lol. Cum adică să încerc să fac live pe 13? Pică vineri 13 sau ceva în genul? E saltat, n-am skill points. Hai să fac aici.
Can't we just agree to disagree? Said Renado. No?
Aoleu.
Ravens were landing everywhere. The advance guard. He'd better get moving. If they got to Lapino first, they'd eat him for breakfast. Or a snack. Ravens weren't picky.
Lol.
If they got hungry, they sometimes forgot to interrogate their prisoners. Even top spies like Lapino. Where had the mad rabbit got to?
Bă, ce-mi place jocul, imposibil. Bun. Pe aici. colectăm. Așa. Bă, oare pe aici trebuie să o iau sau pot să mă întorc? Sper că mă pot să mă întorc, că vedeam că mai sunt lucruri undeva. Aici explică și mie ce cu 13 la live pe 13. În ce dată suntem?
My order,
Pe 16.
thought Renato. He was such a wit.
Cum adică live pe 13? Că aia întreb. Dacă mai ești. Nu poate. Și le vreau să faci pe aici. Pot să folosesc? Dash. Uite-le.
It was starting to come back to him. Something you never completely forgot, like how to freeze time when attacking. The more he fought,
Wow.
the more he'd probably remember.
Ce fain. Dash. Dash-ul ăsta. Na, deci nu, deci jocul ăsta e prea șmecher. Poate să zic că Black Counter HD cât de te-l ține în gura că Forerunner e mai șmecher, eu tot zic că jocul ăsta e mai șmecher. Nu știu, ori eu nu-s... Oh shit, bun.
Renato felt a chill run down his back. Or possibly a flea.
Ești într-un cimitir, ce ai vrea să simți? Noaptea. Bă, să zic, am fost odată noaptea în cimitir. Dar nu m-a fost frică, nu m-am simțit niciodată.
Renato felt ready to take on new powers.
Da, mă, ori așa, nu. Am să colecta. Rezei să-mi explici, te rog frumos, rogute, ce-i cu 13? Ce live să fac cu 13? Hei.
Dirty and bloody, Renato finally reached Lapino.
Hei, am
Renato was
găsit.
practicing his shuffle. Renato recognized the cards. It was Lapino's favorite deck. Oh, I thought you were in danger. I am. The Ravens are coming. Oh, the prison thing. Right, yeah, we see this guard owed me 53 ducats, so we made a deal. They're very reasonable people, actually, for weasels. Now, I got a brilliant plan to kidnap Zenobia. We capture Zenobia, we find out what she knows, and that's the whole war right there. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Capture the Emperor's greatest general, who also happened to be a deadly sorcerer and, oh, his only daughter. That would be worth it. On the other hand, he could still get to the core of the Sky Ripper, even if he couldn't get the whole thing. It must have great power.
Iar trebuie să leg. Aleg
To
asta
make the
acum.
Sky Ripper, the
La ora
transcendent
13 nu
emperor
știu
had
dacă o
wrapped
să
an
fac.
armature around the eye of a
Mâine
god. Bernardo had
o
already
sincer
let
pe
that
la
armature
vântul
slip
cam
away
de
to save
obicei
Lapino's
mănânc.
life. But even its core, the
Deci pe la vreo
eye torn
3
from
sau
God,
4, cam așa,
surely
e
they could
posibil
fashion a
să
great
fac.
weapon from that. The core of the Sky Ripper? Lapino's
Nu
excited.
mă scol eu la...
That's an actual
Bine,
thing that we could just go
mâine nu
and
știu
get.
dacă o să am
You've been busy.
cum să mă scol pe la vreo...
Renato
Cel
told him
puțin
all the things
11.
he'd been up to. Soon they got to talking about old times,
Că...
about wages they'd won and lost.
Nu schimb. Am eu cam așa o chestie care... Deja mi s-a stricat ceasul ăla biologic. Și nu știu vouă cum vi se întâmpla în timpul școlii, dar odată știu că nu prin iarnă, acum pe la sfârșitul școlii, trebuia să nu să mergem pe la nouă la școală.
Mr. Mad Rabbit.
Trebuia tot așa să mergem pe la vreo la școală și M-am sculat fără ceas, am uitat să-mi pun ceas sune și m-am sculat pe la vreo 7 și ceva, no, acolo, pe la 7 fără, un pic cam cum mă scol de obicei. Și acum că știu că e vară, sunt conștientul și parcă mă lasă să dorm mai mult. E însă și eu, fire essence.
Horrible. Get it?
Da, am înțeles-o. Horrible. Aici am fost, pot să... Nu. Nu. Deci pe acolo nu pot să mă duc. Unde să mă duc, unde să mă duc? Ce e încolo? Nu-i nimic, nu-i nimic. Bă, aici ceva. Alt.
Who needed bridges anyway?
Și ai zis să nu crezi, adică zic pentru toată lumea, să nu credeți că n-aș vrea să fac live-uri la ore mai... What? Am sărit într-o fântână sau ceva, într-o groapă. Nu vreau să nu credeți că nu vreau să fac ore la live sau să postez la ore mai... de, să zic, aproape de prânz sau de dimineață, dar... Programul meu e de obicei încărcat, ați văzut că n-am mai postat destul de mult și... Poate să mă duc încolo să văd dacă e ceva. Bun, nu ce asta.
I wonder what I could make with all these sword crafting materials, thought Renato. There was something
foarte încărcat programul.
Like the earth had ruptured over
Luna
something that had been
viitoare
fermenting for a very long time.
plecat. O să fiu în 2 tabere și o să fiu și pe la Brașov. Așa că vreau să postez cât de mult pot acum, să mă revanșez pentru absența mea posibilă luna viitoare. Absențele că o să fie 2. Deci 2 săptămâni așa, sau aproximativ 3. Easter egg-ul, mă. Easter egg, mă, easter egg. Ți-am urât neam, mă. Ți-am urât neam. Îndrăznești să mă lovești? Hai, care are tu? Hai, mă, hai. Bun.
Renato felt
Ce cred că over here.
all over.
Zice la
He could feel an
Scorpion,
almost
parcă, nu?
palpable
Da,
sickness in the
Scorpion.
air. And if the
Din
land could have
Mortal
tumors,
Kombat.
they would look like these monstrous
Din
crystals.
Mortal Kombat, nu
The
știu.
forest was quieter than it had been. There were insects, a few birds, if you didn't count the ravens. Renato smelled sick animals and dying ones, but no healthy ones. And getting a bad feeling about this, Renato thought. Maybe Lapina was right. Maybe he should have kidnapped Zenobia instead of coming here.
Poate e adevărat că trebuie să stai un pic să răpești pe cineva și... Da. Nu.
To everything, there is a season. He turned over and died.
Au, că a murit. Pe câte era? Da, în dash-ul. De ce ori mor acum? Mă fac culori. Nu că-s rasist, nu-s rasist.
The worst thing about ravens was they never dropped any loot, and no one ever wanted the feathers.
N-am nimic cu oamenii de culoare. Ziceam că mă fac aici la haine de culoare.
As he held the radiant icosahedron, Renato felt queasy, like dozens of tiny worms were nibbling his insides. It wasn't healthy to be so close to the eye of a god. How could he use it? He could take it to the observatory. The scientists there could tell him how to harness its ancient power. But honestly, Renato ached to get away from it. He brought the core back with him to the Farfarer. But honestly, Renato ached to be rid of it. Tell you what, said Lupino. I'll take it to the observatory. You attack the Imperial outpost. The Imperial outpost was a vital communications node. Taking it could shatter the Empire's ability to coordinate. And it would be full of secret plans and maps and maybe even rebel prisoners. It was a good target for a hero like Renato. But what if Lupino got the core and then broke it or lost it? Or worse, was Renato ready to take that risk? Maybe it was better if he brought the core to the scientists himself. Trust me, Renato, you won't regret this. I'll treat the car like it was my own baby daughter. As the Farfarer dived towards the Nexus, Lupino was jumping up and down with excitement. Stop rabbiting around, Renato said. Lupino just stared at him. The moment the ship landed, Lupino leapt off the ship.
Skip. Aș vrea la un moment dat să fac Doom. Nu ăla nou, că ăla nou nici nu știu când o să apară. Vreau să fac Doom din 2016, îmi place jocul ăla și mă simt foarte... Deci dacă o să zicem, în timpul școlii anul trecut, și cu 2 ani cât... Nu. Ba, anul trecut cât n-am jucat... Să pun pe pauză un pic. Ba, nu, las. Cât am... Nu, aveam skill, aveam point de skill, nu.
But Renato was relieved not to carry the core anymore. He was already feeling better. And who knows, maybe this time Lupino would get it right. And if Renato could take the outpost, he'd have access to all the Empire's communications in the sector.
Apoi, eliberat, nu știu, nu psihic, mă eliberam de stres, de tot ce aveam în minte și când uram ceva pe acolo, mă simțeam ultra super.
He wished there were more pylons he could use the hook on. Really needed to construct additional pylons.
Ultra super. Mega super. What the shit e aia? Mă suge. Între viață... Iau achievement-uri așa ușor. jocurile de stilul ăsta, dar acum logic, îmi plac jocurile de stilul ăsta, dar nu-mi place LOL-ul. Nu știu, îmi place... Nu! Că mai era ceva acolo. Îmi place stilul ăsta de când se mișcă cu mouse-ul.
Renato caught his breath. His joints still hurt, but he couldn't feel the poison in his system anymore. He'd let the armature slip out of his hands to save his friend Lupino. Of course he had to let Lupino take the core. The rebellion needed every man doing his duty. And the rabbit would be no good taking on an Imperial outpost, right?
Dar văd că nu mi se mărește viața dacă fac level up și asta nu înțeleg.
Crafting bench. Renato wondered what he could make with it.
N-am. Da, culmea. Agreed. Hold shift to activate magic sword. What? What? Îți trebuie level 2 pentru... What? Șmacar. Super, am și o săbiuță magică. Ei, nu, că vreau și eu să mă duc acolo. Cum ajung? Nu pot să mă duc. Ceva mare, un chest mare. Mi se încarcă la rog sau... Aoleu. Aoleu, super.
Renato took the outpost with a song in his heart. Soon he was stuffing his sack with key messages from and to the fleet. One message caught his attention. A high priority order has been given. Then the fire speaker toad chortled a new message. The observatory had been sacked by ravens. Lupino and all the scientists had been taken to the mountains. Why? Why had he trusted Lupino again? And now the Empire had the core. Renato hailed the rebel base to warn them. But their fire speaker didn't crouch back. Was the base under attack too? Who knew what was going on at the base? But he knew what the ravens would do to Lupino if Renato didn't rescue him fast. What are old friends for, if not to need rescuing every few days? Renato felt a twinge of doubt. Should he have gone to the base? No. Logically, wherever they'd taken Lupino was probably where they took the core, right? Why couldn't Lupino have just for once not got himself captured? Was that too much to ask? He shouldn't be too hard on the rabbit. No, he meant well, and he was insanely brave. You had to admire that.
Rezi, dacă mai ești să zici și tu ceva. O să văd ce mai faci.
If I craft a sword now, it's going to be really short.
N-amors.
felt like Tarzan.
Trebuie HP. Trebuie HP, dar nu să iau eu HP.
Death to traitors! Called the ravens.
Nu, am crăpat. M-au crăpat ciorile. Of. Noni.
Don't be shy.
Vai, că am găsit cum să omor chestia aia mai ușor. Ce e aici? Nu, nimic. Nimic nici pe aici. Deci cred că mă întorc, da, mă întorc înapoi. Nu, toaie mic. Bine, mă, că nu-mi dai heal. Bine.
This was much easier than free climbing.
Energie. Aha, deci energia... Oh, nu. Oh, no. Acho că era soție acolo. Da, wrong sword. Da. Cum dacă n-am bani de sabie, ce vrei? Nu știu să... Cum mă lovi, că țineam cioara în mână. Merg pe acolo să văd ce se întâmplă. Nu se întâmpla nimic dacă stăteam lângă aia. Din păcate. Vreau heal.
When Renato went to the china shop, for some reason the owner was always nervous.
Cred că s-a auzit pe fundal câinele meu. Dar de ce, mă? Dar n-am putut să țin, apăsa. Find the skippers. Primit achievement. Lăsați-mă, mă, să sunt și eu apăsat. Nu, fugi.
Where were they holding Lapino anyway? There was no sign of him or the ravens who'd captured him. Just rocks and snow and the usual scouts. No sign of the core either. Was this a wild rabbit chase? Oh, trust Lapino to screw up even getting captured. But what was this rebellion for anyway? Oh, Lapino was a useless
Fac la
goof,
de aproape o oră.
but he was a friend. If friends didn't matter anymore, what was the point of winning this war? Renado's paws were getting numb. Calaveras really didn't want company, did he?
Ce aș vrea mâine să iau și o skin-ul la Blockbuster pe Fortnite. Vreau să vă zic, a început vara, mi-am adus aminte
Renata felt a
să
little better.
să zic că e frumos. Și vă urez cu vara plăcută la toți. Urez. Nu știu ce am zis cu urez. Am vrut să zic urez. Da, mă știu altceva. Posibil, nu știu sigur. Odată ce am zis o chestie, sper să nu se interpreteze altfel, am vrut să zic altceva, dar poate am zis altceva. Nici eu nu mai știu ce am zis. S-a gătat școala însă și vine din clasele mai mari și parcă am fobie. Ce o să se întâmple și ce vine.
Huh? A lever?
Hey.
That's new.
Ce?
Most people still use doorknobs. The rebellion would soon be engaging the Imperial fleet in a desperate battle. All Renardo had done was save a friend. It didn't feel as good as he'd hoped.
Vreau ors. Vreau materiale pentru sabii. Cărți și pene. Cărți și pene.
At the end of the mountain path, Renardo came to a clearing. There was a campfire, raven feathers, and Lapino's lucky deck of cards. Well, that wasn't good. Renardo hoped Lapino would not try to cheat his captors at cards. Ravens were much better than weasels at counting, and they had a very poor sense of humor. Then, he saw what he had hoped never to see. Fresh scraps of rabbit fur. Ragged and bloody, ravens would eat anything.
By Grabthar's hammer! Renata screamed at the sky. I will avenge you!
The rebels had assembled their fleet. Ahead, the clouds were dark with Imperial ships. If he could reach the Emperor before the rest of the rebels did, maybe he could settle this without too much bloodshed. He set sail, and the Farfarer shot forward.
Spino sal. Sal. Ce faci, man? Ok, acum mi-s ok. Nu mai simt așa de plin. Mă simt ok, nu mai am o senzație aia de căldură în exces.
Poor Lapino had never been a great warrior. The mad
Lăsat
rabbit was good
geamul
for a
închis
lark
în
and a
moartea
laugh.
aia.
And a pint. The thought of ravens eating him made Renardo furious. The way they were eating up the land. The way the Emperor was eating up the people with his new bloodthirsty ways. He would make them all pay.
Adică, vreau să zic o chestie. Acum că fac YouTube, nu vreau să tratez prietenii altfel. Adică nu vreau să mă schimb. Adică dacă o să fac abonați mulți, cum sunt canale mari din România, nu vreau să mă schimb ca personalitate sau cum Sun. Au, pe acolo nu pot să mă duc. Nu vreau să mă dau mare, nu vreau să fiu...
Renato felt like he was ready to learn new things.
Nu o să
Thank
zic
goodness he didn't
ca
have to go to
cine, că
school for
după
that.
aia doar că văd că o să se... Nu mă refer ca prietenii mei din jur, mă refer la anumiți youtuberi din România care se văd că s-au schimbat. Oh, increase your health. Îmi trebuie time. Bun. Bun. 125. Vreau să rămân tot la fel de prietenos cu prietenii mei, să nu am probleme cu ei. Dar de fapt cu unii
Once
chiar
you
am...
try it, you're hooked.
Bine, cu prietenii adevărați nu. Că nu... Nu apuc să țin apăsat.
Where did that go to?
Dar nu... Că mai am puțin HP. Yo, mai am 5 HP. Că mor aici. E clar, mor. E clar că mor. Acum vreau... Acum mi scul, nu vreau orări și vreau viață. Până acum am vrut numai viață. Or.
Renato, smash!
Au făcut... Au dat un fel de easter egg legat de... Hulk. Zice, Renato smash, Hulk smash. O dați voi seama. Ia... Jocul în sine merită jucat, am zis, e ok. Poți să sar? Nu. Păi și atunci, ce fac? Că... Wait a second. Ceva aici? Nu. Nu, nici aici, bun, chest. Viață, nu. Fire essence și water essence. Mai aproximativ is ok. Ceea ce primesc.
A doctor once told Renato that fruit was a placebo, but he felt better. That is what was important.
Ce? Nu din nou. Sorry.
For a moment, Renato wished that somebody had been watching.
Aoleu. Deci primești bonusuri dacă... Ia, e șoc din ăla. Cum am prins? Nu.
It was good to practice your moves, thought Renato. Keeps you limber.
Ai. Viața apropiu. N-am viață. Am viață pe joc. Nu mai am HP.
There was an inscription on the platform. Balalaika lessons, with an address.
Unde mă pe platformă? Nu, nu din nou. No.
Oh, should have faked left and then
Nu
gone
știu,
left,
uite,
he
trebuie să
thought.
mă.
And then he never thought again.
Deci chiar faci foarte ușor achievement-urile pe jocul ăsta. Cum vrei tu să știi că eu nu. Logică, acum pot să mă bag cu ăștia.
He had given up every objective to save his friend. He had given up the
No.
armature, the core, the gem, and
No.
even Zenobia. He loved Lapina, he realized. Now the rabbit was gone. A hero looks out for his friends, even when they're gone. He would send Lapino an honor guard of ravens to serve him in the halls of the valiant. He would avenge him.
Nu găsesc de spart nimic. Dar mai ales să-mi capăt eu viața. Ai. 27 HP. Da. Să fac ceva. Nu am cum să fac nimic cu 27 HP. No, și aici te iar trebuie să mă bat. Am știut eu. No. No. Am scăpat ușor. Dani Bogdan, fain. Yeah, în sfârșit am și eu. Au venit mai multe persoane pe live, 3 persoane care se uită. Hei. Acum am înțeles. Hai. Ioi, fă-le-leu. Fă-le-leu câte tunuri. Ioi, ce bine că am cârliu. Că fă... It's ok. Am fost și eu prin oraș să văd ce mai e pe la noi. Cam nimic interesant, sincer să fiu. Sincer, da sincer. Foarte, foarte sincer. The dog, fine. Când am zis că lumea e vara și că lumea intră la ore târzii, nu m-am gândit că chiar așa. Ce ceară asta? Ce ceară e asta? Sugarns will block your attacks, grab and throw. E corect? Nu, nu. Încă. Bun. 2 în 1. În ce sens? A, o ceară și... Da. Cred că am înțeles și zic. Dacă te referi la ce cred eu. Ceară... Scui pe foc? Scui pe foc! Sau? Ne. M-am panicat degeaba. Nu, deci nu. Am gândit eu.
Finally, He reached the Emperor's ship,
Și am știut.
and there was Lapino, surrounded by ravens. He was alive.
Yes!
They'd eaten some other rabbit. I'll save you! He shouted with joy and flung himself at the ravens. Aw, you shouldn't have,
Am știut.
said
Adică
Lapino
de
when the
ce?
last raven was down. Renato threw his arms around his best friend. I had to come. I love you, man. You really, really shouldn't have, said Lapino. And Renato felt a rather sharp pain in his back. As he
Am mai scrie,
collapsed,
fine.
Lapino took the dagger out of Renato's back and wiped it off from Renato's sleeve. Why, you always have to be the hero. Brave Renato, epic Renato, super sexy Renato, and I'm
What
sick
the
of it.
fuck?
But I loved you. And you thought I was the idiot, said Lapino as Renato died.
A murit? A murit?
Okay, that was weird. He could have sworn he just died. Instead, he was on the Farfarer, sailing away from Ubar. And it was still burning. He'd fled burning Ubar years ago, hadn't he? And now he was back there. Had all those years fighting the Empire been nothing but a vision into the future? A useful vision if it was true. He'd learned something. Lapino was a traitor. Renato had suspected there was something wrong with the mad rabbit. But now he knew there was malice behind his goofiness.
Stai un pic. Ce? Am terminat? Story 23. Ua. Deci, îs mai multe story-uri. Aoleu. Aoleu.
He'd made bad choices. But now, when the real battle came, he wouldn't make those choices. He wouldn't make the same mistake twice. The book's pages began to flip backwards, towards the beginning. And he realized that his adventure was just beginning. The clouds parted over the Isles of Boreas. It was time to choose. The rebellion was in trouble. Ravens were scouting for the secret rebel base. They needed a game changer. Pieces of the Sky Ripper had surfaced. Or so a scholar in the mountains had told him. Surely the weapon that banished the lost gods could defeat the Emperor. Also, a temple had risen out of empty desert. The Emperor had brought the Sky Ripper pieces up out of ancient burial by his obscene rituals. Could this be where the Iblis stone was hidden? Someone better get it before he does, thought Renato. And also, his old friend Lapino needed rescuing. Of course, Renato had a pretty strong suspicion that Lapino had betrayed the rebellion. But could Renato really leave an old friend to the Ravens?
Deci, da, să închid acest live aici. Am făcut a treia poveste. Nu mi-am imaginat că sunt așa de multe. Adică sunt 24 în total și... Oh, da. Sunt multe. Ce poți să zici? Chiar sunt multe. Deci, închid acest live aici. Eu am fost Templic și ne vedem data viitoare. Nu, acum. Ne vedem data viitoare.